right, one semifinal down, one more to go. Last week, we saw the Chiefs take the AFC spot in our Super Bowl. I guess they had to show up somehow since they're not in our timeline. Now, who are they facing? We got two more teams left, and this week we got the NFC title game going. I ain't doing no Pro Bowl. That's not what me. Folks, we got a good one here in the NFC. On one side is the team that, if I'm not mistaken for this year this takes place, actually represented the NFC. So we got a chance to reenact that Super Bowl for real. But on the other side is the number one seed from the NFC that is hoping to cap off their impressive season with a win. Folks, buckle up. We got a good one here, hopefully. As the Philadelphia Eagles square off against the Detroit Lions. Winner claims the NFC and meets the Chiefs next week. Get ready, folks, because we got another great game of Strat-O-Matic football. Oh, okay. I am really gonna have to get this in shape for next week because we're going all in. Whew. Howdy, folks, it's Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the NFC Championship here in our Strat-O-Matic football playthrough. Last time out, we saw the Chiefs absolutely demolish the Chargers in our AFC title game. Who knew all you needed to have was Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback? I completely forgot that in this 2022 card version I'm using, he had an historically dominant season. Huh, good to know. Okay, well, it is what it is. But on this side, we got the Lions and the Eagles here. Excuse me, the Eagles and Lions. Lions are the home team here. So we'll start off with introducing Philly here, because it's been a little while since we've seen them. They wrapped their division up with a they finished with an 11-6 record. Couldn't wrap their division up, but it's okay. They're a 6th seed. Their playoff journey has been encapsulated first with a 31-28 victory over the Commanders, who ended up winning the East. Though they needed overtime for that, so kudos to them. Then they just knocked out our defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-13 last week, so they get the spot. Obviously, that also means we're guaranteed a new champion too, but with the Eagles being the one to do it, now they face one last obstacle, the Detroit Lions. The Lions, of course, had the best record in our playthrough at 15-2. And their playoff, and they got the rest of wild card weekend, and then they did what I was hoping they would do. Prevent Dallas from reaching the conference championship. Good job, Lions. You did what you were supposed to do. Sorry, Dallas. Who am I kidding? Of course I meant to do it. Anyways, the Lions won fair and square 24-13. Yeah, totally fair and square. But anyways, enough about that. So, of course, the Lions are looking to cap off their impressive season. The Eagles are looking to kind of imitate real life here by winning. Winner hosts the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm giving the home field to the NFC team this year since in our timeline the NFC team gets it. So I'm going to give the NFC team the home field too. I did this last season with Houston as well. So whoever wins this game hosts the Chiefs in next week's Super Bowl, which will be shot in its entirety without any editing whatsoever. Oh, great. This is going to be fun. But that's next week. I guess now the only two question we have is this. Who's facing the Chiefs? Will it be the Eagles or the Lions? Well, let me set this up and we'll find out. Oh, and how could I forget the one rule that I have here? Was before I set this up, and we all should know what it is by now, but I'll repeat it because it's very, very important, okay? We all know what the rule is? Yes? Want me to repeat it? I think I will. And that is, don't get eliminated. Too bad one of these teams is about to break that rule. I just don't know which one yet, so let me set this up and we'll find out. All right. Okay, this is actually kind of funny. The Lions are in red. No, Eagles are in red. Lions are in green. Even though the Eagles' colors are green, but that's how it works out. The Eagles do get to call this, and we're going to go with odds. Nope, and it'll be the Lions, and they say, you know what? Take the ball first, Detroit. All right. So Lions will get it in the second half, and we will be underway from Detroit. Who's representing the NFC? We're about to find out in 60 minutes, or sometime approximately. I don't know. All I know is that this return's going from the 9-yard line into the number 2 back. Let's see what we're returning it for. I don't know why I just rolled that. Does not need to be. 22 yards according to this. So the Eagles will have it at the 31. Each side is missing a linebacker and an offensive lineman. So no, we won't see it on here. So here's the starting lineups for each team here. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Eagles. We got A.J. Brown, Mr. Stonehands himself at the split. Eagles fans know what I'm talking about. Miles Sanders is the running back. Remember, this is 2022, so no Saquon, no, you know. Dallas Goedert is the tight end, though. And Jack Stoll, well, he would be the blocking back, but I got to put him in at tight end, I guess. Oh, wait, no, Grant Calcaterra. What are you doing here? I want Grant Calcaterra as my blocking back. Wait. Yeah. Jack Stoll can come in as kind of a third tight end. And then Devontae Smith is the flanker. All right. Let's see if Miles Sanders is anything like Saquon Barkley here on 1st and 10. 4 on a line buck. He's losing a yard. Well, that's not how that's supposed to work. Okay. Going the wrong way. 2nd and 11. 11. Uh-oh. Interception roll with a penalty. Okay, 2 or a 3. This is not good. And it is picked off! Oh, no. That isn't supposed to happen. Oh, boy. This could be a touchdown. Let's see what the return is. I already know what it is. Oh, for crying out loud. Whoever intercepts it gets 22 yards. And that's a fumble! That, fortunately, the Lions recover. Hold on, we have a penalty on top of that. Which doesn't count! Oh, for crying out loud. I'm going to say because of the fumble, I'll make that 2. Oh, okay, so, of course, Jalen Hurts throws an interception on his first pass. Why the heck not? Intended for Dallas Goedert. Instead, ends up getting intercepted by the defensive strong safety in this case, which I'm going to say is Deshaun Elliott. Now, a funny thing happened. Elliott actually intercepted it, got to the 10, and then someone knocked it out of him. So he ended up fumbling. We're going to say the center for Philly kind of knocked that one out, if I'm not mistaken by numbers. We're going to say Jason Kelce forced that fumble somehow as he was tackling him, hustling and tackling him from behind or something along those lines. So that's kind of funny how that works. Unfortunately for the Eagles, the Lions still get the ball at their own 10, at Philly's 10. So there is that issue. So it is going to be 1st and goal to go. And with that, we will introduce you to Detroit's starting lineup. Jared Goff is the quarterback. DJ Chark is in at the split. We got Yeah, we got Josh Reynolds will be the flanker for right now. Slot man for right now. Jamal Williams is running the football. Brock Wright is the tight end. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is the flanker. And we have a 1st and goal to go here for Lions. Now we're talking. All right, here we go. Golden opportunity for Detroit to score here. And it's going to start with Jamal Williams getting 3. Okay. Okay, that's fine. 2nd and 7. Yeah, Philly was playing run. Now they're going to play run again. Nope. 8. All right, to the receiver. The Reynolds guessed wrong. Incomplete unless nothing happens. Okay, so Goff's first pass is an incompletion too, albeit it wasn't an interception. It was just an incompletion to Josh Reynolds. All right. 3rd and 7 then. Now the Eagles will play the pass. 3rd and 7. 8 on a flat. To the receiver, to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who will catch it, dive to the pylon, and score! Touchdown! Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the first score of the game. Nice. And all Detroit had to do was get that ball in from 10 yards out. Michael Badgley's extra point is good. And just like that, the Lions are up 7-0. Jalen Hurts throws a very costly interception, and Detroit cashes it in for 7 points easily. All they had to do was throw a 7-yard TD pass from Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that was that. 7-0 Lions right out of the gate, and we didn't even have time to breathe. Oh, man, this is just wacky. Okay, Eagles, don't do that again. Well, maybe they will for the next highlight. Maybe they won't. I don't know, but whatever it is, I say roll with it. Roll it. Unless it's another Hurts interception, then nobody wants to see that. Except maybe Cowboys fans. And Giants. And Detroit. You get what I mean. All right. Touchback. What's this penalty? Detroit was offsides. That doesn't count in this. No, get out of here. You're going to ignore the opponent's offsides, and instead it's going to be 1st and 10. All right. I'm going to bring in 3 wide this time. All right, 1st and 10. They're going to see this halfback run coming. 8. And Sanders is only going to have 2. And then that's probably another 15, right? Yep. 2 yards for Sanders, 15 yards for a flag, and it's a 1st down. All right. 1st and 10. 9 on a flat. To the receiver, the Devontae Smith guessed wrong. Reroll, please. About 10 yards for him in the 1st. Okay. Okay, 1st and 10. Seven on a flat, and that is going, for just 7? Really? Oh, their short gain must be a 6. But we'll take 7 yards, okay. Second and 3, this will get missed. 7 on a short, and that's going to mean a hurt sack. Oh, dear. It's just a 2-yard loss. That one's gotten by Isaiah Buggs, who gets in there and gets the sack. All right, that's going to yield a third and what appears to be 5. Nine on a flat with potential penalty to Goddard. No interception this time, but it's an 8-yard gain only if it counts. It will, so it will be an 8-yard gain. Goddard gets down to the 35. We've got a first down. All right. First and 10. Lions miss this. 6. It's a 5-yard gain for Miles Sanders. Okay. Second down. This will get missed. It's designed to run. 7. I can't look at that. So another 5-yard gain as Hurts gets 5 on the designed quarterback keeper there. All right, first and 10. They'll miss this one. 6 and a short. Hurts is going to get 13 to Devontae Smith in the first down. Look at that. The Eagles already recovered. They're already down to the Lions 12 here. It's first and 10. I'm going to bring in Watkins for Calcaterra. Why is Zach Pascal over here? Get out. There. You can go over that way. All right. They're going to think pass on this one, run on this one. Yep. Called it correctly. Miles Sanders has a short gain nonetheless. Unless this is 11 or 12. Which it could be, but it's not. It's a touchdown. Miles Sanders finds the hole and runs for 12 yards to pay dirt. Nice. There we go. That's how you respond to an early mistake. Jake Elliott, meanwhile, will hit the extra point and successfully tie the game. There we go, Eagles. You managed to respond. Nice, impressive drive ends with a 12-yard TD run from Miles Sanders, and the Eagles tie the game back up 7-7. See, all you have to do is not throw interceptions, and we're good, okay? So do more of that and less screwing around or having A.J. Brown drop passes, and we're good. Or calling 4 verticals on 4th and 11. As long as we don't have to go there, we're good. Seriously, that playoff game made me cringe a little bit. But don't worry, folks. I'm not Kevin Petullo. I know what I'm doing. Allegedly. Well, then again, I just dropped one of my dice, so maybe not. Oh, well. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? Because now Detroit is effortlessly moving down the field, and we have a 2nd and 1 as they enter the red zone. This is just madness, I tell you. Mad. All right, 2nd and 1. The Detroit Eagles defense has no idea what to do, and they're missing everything. Let's see. And this is going for 4 yards unless it will. All right. DeAndre Swift for 4 more. 1st and 10. They're guarding the pass, and they actually get this one correct. And good thing they did, because that would have been a short gain, but it's instead a loss of 1 for DeAndre Swift. Okay, they had that one covered. 2nd down. They're going to miss this, though. 4 on a flat, and because they do, they give up an 11-yard pass. And it's going to be 1st and goal to go from the 2. Oh, dear. That was not supposed to happen. That is DJ Chark getting that one. He makes his first catch. Reynolds, DeAndre Swift, you're out. Jamal Williams. Mitchell, I believe, is their blocking back tight end. Yep, you're in. And this is going to set up a 1st and goal to go from the 2. 9. What's the penalty? Offsides against the Eagles. It's half the distance to the goal. That would have gone for only a yard anyway, so we'll take the penalty. Do it again! 1st and goal from the 1 this time. 5. Uh-oh. 2 through 7. There is a potential penalty, though. No, it's a 1-yard loss instead, but the offsetting penalties blow up that whole play, so the fumble wouldn't have mattered anyway, so 3rd straight 1st and goal play. Works for me, I guess. I don't know. And Jamal Williams punches it in. Touchdown. Finishes the drive off with a 1-yard TD. Nice. Michael Badgley, do you add the extra point? Yes, you do. And look at that. Suddenly Detroit responds with a touchdown of their own. Nice drive that's capped off of a 1-yard TD1 from Jamal Williams. He had 18 of those in 2022. Not bad. So he adds one more here. And the Lions add another touchdown to make it 14-7. Oh my goodness. We got a high-scoring affair breaking out here. Hey, this is the same team that dropped 50 on Thanksgiving, so I'm not so shocked here. So we'll see if the Lions can keep this up or if the Eagles can finally slow their momentum. But it's still mad early in the first. We got 3:45 left, so still a long ways to go. But, man, Detroit is starting to heat up on this one. So we'll see what happens. All right, we've made it through the first quarter of this one, and it is 14-7 Detroit, but the Lions are within striking distance of a field goal at bare minimum here. We're staring at a 3rd and 7, so let's see what we got cooking here. 3rd and 7 for the Lions. 6 on a flat. Not enough for the first down, but Amon-Ra St. Brown did get 5, so there is that. And we've got an interesting 4th and 2 to deal with here. Do I take the points or do I attempt this in typical Dan Campbell fashion? Oh, you know what I'm doing. 4th and 2. If Dan Campbell can do it, so can I. Maybe. All right, let's see how badly this backfires. 4th and 2. And it doesn't. 4-yard gain. 1st down. Josh Reynolds. Okay, so it worked out after all. Dan Campbell would be proud of me. All right, speaking of which, 1st and 10. This is going to get missed. All right, 1st and 10 from the 21. We'll stay with this one. And because they miss it, Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to help himself to 14 yards and the 1st down. And it'll be 1st and goal to go. Lions are so far unstoppable right now. 1st and goal to go at the 7. Eagles are going to play the run, and they'll see this linebacker coming at least. Can they stop it? Well, yeah. I think just a yard for Jamal Williams. About a 2nd down here. They're going to throw it to him, and the Eagles will play the pass. So they see this coming, and it's an incompletion. Intended for Jamal Williams. 3rd and 6. 9 to the receiver to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Will this incompletion hold? Yeah, no it won't because the play never happened in general. False start, offense, 5 yards. Oof. All right, 2nd and 3rd and goal from the 11. Let's do it again. 5 on a short. And, so close, incomplete. Intended for DJ Chark. All right, I guess we're going for 3 points then. So Michael Badgley from 28. Kick is up and, well, it's good. Okay, penalty doesn't do anything. Michael Badgley hits that field goal, and the Lions extend their lead to 10. Another impressive drive by them, but this time at least the Eagles' defense is able to step up when they need to, and also a random penalty helped too. It ends with a 28-yard Michael Badgley field goal to make it a 17-7 game. Okay, wow. Lions are looking pretty good already. Eagles' defense needs to step up even more, or this could get ugly here, so 12:15 left in the first half. Lions up by 10. Still anyone's game. Oh, that hurts. That's going to hurt a lot. Yep, long gain. Oh, so close to a touchdown. It's going to go for 60 yards. Oh, and Miles Sanders is all the way down to the 11. Wow. What a call. Miles Sanders just busted out in 60-yard run. He's caught at the 11. Unbelievable. Nice play. Kenneth Gainwell, come on down. I know you're doing well for the Steelers, so let's see if you can do the same thing here. 1st and 10 at the 11. Gainwell relieves Sanders after that huge run, and let's see if the Eagles can cash in. Oh, God. Oh, it's just a 2 for your 12. We're okay. Otherwise, it's a loss of 1. Yep, it's a loss of 1. Okay. That was a fumble roll. Gainwell loses a yard. Okay, 2nd down and 11. They're going to see this coming. 10 on the flat. But they guessed on the wrong receiver because it goes to Jack Stoll, who gets an easy touchdown. 12 yards for Jack Stoll, the 2nd tight end here. Yeah, apparently they didn't think he would do that, so he just did. Oof. Jake Elliott adds the extra point, and the Eagles pull ever so closer on this one here. And it's been a game of one impressive drive after another. Now we've got Miles Sanders running for 60 yards, and it sets up a 12-yard TD pass from Jalen Hurts to Jack Stoll. He didn't even catch any touchdowns in 2022, but we gave him one in this game. Hey, why the heck not? Spread the wealth around. It's all good. Eagles back to within 3, 17-14. They trail, but this game looks a lot more respectable than it did a little bit ago. So it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be a Big 12 game, isn't it, where there's no defense. Works for me. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be one of those games. Oh, boy. This is just full of it. 10.5 remaining in the second, by the way. 4th and 7 is where we show up to, and I think I'm going to go for it. Not that I don't trust my kicker or anything, but, we're too far out of range, number 1. Number 2, it's too short for a punt. So 4th and 7, we're doing this. All right, let's see what we can do here. 4th and 7. Let's go throw the Josh Reynolds. All right, 4th and 7. And it. Ooh, we need this penalty. Oh, number 4, but the penalty is going to get declined, and I'll tell you why in a moment. There was a holding penalty against the Lions, but they're 1 yard short. Josh Reynolds picks up 6. He needed 7.
Son of a bitch! You done messed up, Aaron! Now
we therefore do not care about the penalty, and it'll be turnover on downs as the Eagles get at the 35. Oof. Well, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that was a time it didn't. Oh, that sucked. I mean, had they gotten the first down, obviously we take the 10 yards, but not in this case, so no need. We get the ball. Eagles get the ball. And they'll start off at their own 35, so woof. I'm afraid the Lions kind of blew it there. All right. Still 17-14. Eagles finally get the stop they're looking for, so good job. We'll see if they can do it again, and better yet, try to score here. All right. All right. Eagles are driving here. We got 2:45 left. They're at the Lions 17, and it's 2nd and 2. And we're about to miss an off-tackle run. Oof. 10! 6 yards for Miles Sanders. He's got the first. Excellent. Literally just brought him in. All right, 1st and 10. This line buck gets missed. So we're about to hit the 2-minute warning on top of that. 5-yard gain. I've been learning a lot of X's. All right, the 5-yard gain holds. But yeah, I've been rolling X a lot, which is kind of funny, and disturbing, But nonetheless, we hit the 2-minute warning as we approach the end of the first half. And we're looking pretty good for right now. So let's see. Grant Calcaterra, you can check in here. That's my blocking back. We got a 2nd and 5 here. Oops, this gets missed. 5 and a flat. Oh, another X. Jeez. All right, well, this only goes for 3. Detroit is actually going to call a timeout. That's their first. But nonetheless, Goddard gets 3, excuse me. 3rd and 2. This gets missed. 11 on a missed line buck, and it goes for a touchdown! Miles Sanders for his 2nd TD of the game. This one from 3 yards out. Nice. Very nice. He is doing some work here. How about Michael Badgley do the same? Yes, sir. All right. Badgley connects on the extra point, and the Eagles, even after spotting Detroit, an early touchdown, have come back to reclaim the lead. 21-17. There we go. Very nice. Of course, the Lions will have 1:45 and 2 timeouts to do something. They also get the ball to start the second half, remember? So there is that. They could double dip potentially. See if they could pull that off or not. All right. Let's see. It'll start from the 5. The number 1 back will have a return of 3. 35 yards. Oh, not bad. So they're all the way up to the 40. Now we're talking. Okay, so they'll have 1:37 to do something. Fair enough. I think we can pull this off, especially after that nice kickoff return. I'll grab DeAndre Swift in this one case for right now. Okay, 1st and 10. They're just checking the run, but this is actually going to be a pass. And it's going to Swift, and it's guessed wrong. And Swift gets 9 if he goes out of bounds at the 49. Okay, stops the clock. So Swift for 9. 2nd and 1. Now the Eagles are playing pass. They got their attention now. Okay, 2 through 5 or 12. This is a 3-yard gain. Everything else, it's incomplete. It's incomplete. And I was looking for Josh Reynolds. All right, 3rd and 1. This is going to get missed. 6 on a line buck that got missed. 3 yards, but guess what? Doesn't matter. The Eagles were offside, so we'll take the penalty. 1st down. I don't get it. 1st and 10. Too many of those today. How about a 4-yard completion to... Oh, never mind. Guess what? Opponent number 7. So the 4-yard completion counts. I take that back. It was a holding penalty. We'll take the legal contact. We'll take the 5 yards instead. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Do it again. 5. Incomplete to Brock Wright. Okay. Second down. 7 on a short, and DJ Chark is going to have 11. 1st down. Nice. What do we want to do about the clock here? Detroit is going to take a timeout. That's their first. Second, excuse me. Okay, I see what they're doing. All right. 1st and 10. 8 on a flat. To the receiver, to Josh Reynolds. Give him 7. Second down and 3. I'm thinking. I'm going to take the shot play right now. Let's do it. Second down. 9 on a long. Oh, so close. Incomplete. We were looking for DJ Chark. I decided now would be a good time for a deep shot, and it didn't work. All right, whatever. 3rd and 3. 5 on a flat. Well, we got the 1st down, but guess what we're rolling for? Never mind. 1st down. 4 yards to DJ Chark, so he gets 4 instead of a lot more, but we'll take it. 1st down. All right. 1st and 10 from the 19. Got 30 seconds remaining. Oh, just a 2 or a 3. Okay, this isn't bad. Nope, incomplete to DJ Chark. That was an interception roll, by the way. Okay, 2nd down. And... opponent number 3. Okay, it's a 5-yard completion plus... a personal foul. Oh, that's nice. So we'll take the 5 yards and then half the distance to the goal, pushes it all the way to the 7. That went to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 1st and goal from the 7. We have 2 chances to do this. All right, 1st and goal from the 7. Let's try it. Down and distance is meaningless, but we'll see. And to the receiver, to Brock Wright. No, incomplete. Well, there's opportunity number 1. Second down here. 7 and... there it is! Touchdown! Goff gets it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oh, nice. There you go. I was hoping they would get it, and they did. Very nice. Extra point from Michael Badgley is nah. Okay, it's good, but we keep rolling X's. It's one of those games. My goodness. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Lions end the half with a touchdown. 7 yards from Amon-Ra St. Brown to from Jared Goff, and 24-21 looks like it's going to be the first half score here. Very nice. Detroit gets the ball to start the second half, so I'll just leave the set out. So let's see how this last play goes. 8 yards in the back of the end zone. It's pretty much meaningless, so let's see what happens. Just in case there's a random fumble, you never know. Boston Scott got 28 yards, but that's about as far as we go, so I'm not going to call it from there. All right. And that will conclude what ended up being a high-scoring first half. 24-21 Lions lead. Wow, what a half. What a half of football. That was nuts. Big 12 game, y'all. Let's look at those first half stats. All right, we'll start with the visitors here. Jalen Hurts. Oop, there we go. Jalen Hurts, nice 12 for 17 game, 101. Has a touchdown. Of course, he threw that pick on the first pass of the game, but he's clearly recovered. Miles Sanders had a huge 60-yard run and added 2 touchdowns to go with it. 9 for 96. Very nice. Jake Skull has the lone touchdown catch. Not much doing on the receiving end. Devontae Smith, 3 for 39. Sack and a forced fumble. The forced fumble by the offense. That's funny. Lions side. Jared Goff. Look at this. 20 for 30, 158, and 2 TDs. That's pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Who is this? Williams. Javonte. I forget which Williams. Not Javonte. Jamal. 8 for 33 and a touchdown. Wrong Williams. Monroe St. Brown has caught everything. 8 for 67, 2 TDs. Very nice. DJ Chark is 4 for 40. Josh Reynolds, 5 for 34. Badgley's done some work. And Deshaun Elliott has an interception. So, yeah, I'd say that was a very, 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 very offensive first half there. And now, hopefully, we'll see if the second half can produce the same thing or if, defenses will finally do something. 24-21. Lions lead after the first half. Again, winner faces the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. We'll see who gets it. Will it be the Super Bowl that actually happened, or will it be the battle of 1 seeds? Find out shortly. So, here's that second half. All right, I guess we're punting, and for housekeeping's sake, it is 4th and 13. 47-yard punt. Returned for a gain of... Oh my God, it's returned for a touchdown! Khalif Raymond gets the punt and returns it 96 yards. Oh, I forgot. Some of these have that. And Khalif Raymond, I think you just busted a big one. Oh, Michael Badgley almost missed the extra point, but at least he made it. Oh, a special teams touchdown. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Khalif Raymond, 96 to the house. That is what's up. And Detroit unexpectedly takes a 10-point lead because of that. Oh, sometimes it's the plays you least expect that are just the most magnificent. Now that could be a huge play right there. 96-yard punt return touchdown. That is just wonderful. I forget that sometimes these specialists, they have touchdowns on their card, and sure enough, there's one right there. Oh, man. All right, well, we'll happily take that for the Lions. So 31-21. Special teams touchdown getting involved. All right. Well, that's unfortunate for the Eagles. Oh, I should probably, yeah. We'll do 2 on that one just because of the length, so. Actually, we'll do just 1. All right. Yeah, there you go. 6:45 left in the third, and Detroit Gets a freebie. Nice. Second down, this gets missed. Still, though, they're flatting it to Gainwell. Gainwell's going to get 12 because they missed it, and a first down on top of it. First and goal to go, I should say. All right, good job, Kenny Gainwell. First and goal to go from the 8. Pascal's out. Jack Stoll is back in. He caught a touchdown earlier. This gets missed. First and goal from the 8. Interception roll, but it's only 2 or a 12. Ooh, close. It's incomplete. Hurts was looking for Goddard. That's how the last one happened. Second down. Oh, they see this coming. 7 on an off tackle. Just 2 yards for Kenny Gainwell. Okay, he's at the 6. Third and goal from the 6. Eight on a flat. To the receiver, to A.J. Brown. Don't drop it. He did not, but it's not enough. However, no. Brown gets 4 yards, but he's 2 yards shy of the end zone. Oof. At least he didn't drop it. I'll give him that one. Speaking of dropping, I might drop the ball here if I choose wrong. If I go for it on 4th and 2 and don't make it. You know what? Give me the points. Give me the points. A 12 is the only thing that would cause me to get 0. Otherwise, unless it's an X, 2. Michael Badgley makes an easy 19-yarder. Okay, we're good. I kind of figured let's get the points and pull within a field goal. Let's not make this any more complicated than it has to be. So Michael Badgley gives us a 3 points out of the deal with an easy 19-yard field goal, and it's 31 to 24. Okay, there we go. We're pulled within a touchdown here, since it's going to be one of those games, so might as well do it. Still plenty of time, 2.5 remaining in the third, but, you know, points are going so crazy that we might as well just keep pace, so Eagles, still anyone's game. We'll see how this turns up. All right, Eagles are within striking distance. It's got a nice 20-yard completion from A.J. Brown, so it's first and goal to go at the 10. Can we get in there? 6. Yes! Touchdown! I rolled short gain. Doesn't matter what I roll. What matters is that A.J. Brown scores from 10 yards out. He did not drop that one, indeed. Oh, yeah, he's up over 100 yards, too, so he has not been dropping anything. What about Jake Elliott, though? Okay, that was a little nervous-wracking, but it's good. 12 would have been the how he dropped it, but there you go. Speaking of drop, Detroit dropped their lead, and now it's down to 0. Okay, I'm done with the drop jokes. You get the idea. So, but we are all squared at 31. Wow. This is just an insane game, and we have 10.5 remaining. This is just it's gonna be one of those games where it comes down to the wire. I love it. Far cry from that AFC title game that ended in just complete demolition, but both these teams are still in it, so anybody's game with 10.5. Lions' turn next, but we'll see what happens after this. All right, Lions are driving now. They have it 2nd and 6 at the 18. This flat pass is going to get missed. And let's see. To the receiver, to Jamal Williams, it got missed. Doesn't matter, incomplete. Goff was looking for Jamal Williams there. All right, 3rd and 6. All right, let's see what he can do. That is a 10. What's the penalty? Nothing! It's a touchdown! Because it would have gone for 26, but we just needed 18, and it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. His third touchdown of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Oh, man. Third TD of the game for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Michael Badgley will add that extra point, and the Lions claim the lead. A nice drive gets capped off. Hold on, I gotta do some stuff on my end. There we go. Nice drive gets capped off with a very impressive 19-yard TD pass from Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 3 times they've hooked up for that sort of thing. Amon-Ra has over 100 yards receiving, by the way. And with, 6 minutes remaining, Lions are back up on top, 38-31. They put the pressure back on the Eagles here. Oh, man. This is still going to come down to the wire, but man, oh, man, that was hell of impressive. So, see if the Eagles can respond or if the Lions' defense can finally show up here. Still plenty of time here. All right, so the Eagles have 245 and 60 yards to tie it, basically. Okay, that's the situation we're sitting in. Eagles have a timeout and 245 to go 60 yards to tie this ball game. Otherwise, Detroit will advance. They do that, they, have a shot at forcing overtime. I'll let them do what they want, but chances are I'm probably going to have them force overtime, but that's just me. All right, let's get everybody out. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Let's see what we can do here. 8 on a flat and an injury right out of the gate. All right, let's start with the results of the pass. To the receiver, to A.J. Brown. He'll start us off with a 7-yard 7-yard gain. So there's that, but the clock stops, not just because he went out of bounds, but because of the injury to the Detroit player. Hold on a minute. We have a Detroit player that's down. All right, I'll take him out for the rest of the year. The left cornerback is gone. And we won't see him in the Super Bowl either if they get that far. So, Jerry Jacobs, I'm sorry, but your season is done. Okay. Detroit just lost a cornerback. All right, and we're back to 2nd and 3 now after that. All right. 2nd and 3. 7 on the short. Oh, that's going to be a sack. Yep. That sucks. And back goes Hurts for 6. And there's your 2-minute warning, by the way. John Kaminsky picks up his 2nd sack of the game. Oof. That was a highly unfortunate time for one of those to happen. We've hit the 2-minute warning, and it's also 3rd and 9. All right, here we go. 3rd and 9. And Detroit's going to have a new set of downs. This is a short gain for 12 to Devontae Smith. He gets all the way to the Detroit 47. Stops the clock in the process, and it will be a fresh set of downs on the other side. So Devontae Smith for 12. 1st and 10. 11 on a flat. Another short gain, this time for Goddard. He'll get 16, and he's out of bounds at the 31. Okay. Getting oh so closer. 1st and 10 again. They're 31 yards away from tying this. 8 on a flat. To the receiver, to Devontae Smith again. And incomplete. Nope. Okay. Second down. 8 on a flat. Now it's going to Zach Pascal. Oh, another penalty. That's wonderful. Oh, dear. Never mind. Penalty. It was an incomplete pass, but there's a penalty against the Lions, and I believe, yeah, personal foul against the Lions. Oof. It's a 15-yard penalty and a fresh set of downs as a result thereof. Yikes. All right, Hurts was looking for Pascal, but instead he got 15 yards for probably a late hit on the quarterback is my guess. All right, 1st and 10. Silly defenders. Oh, yikes. 5-yard loss. A.J. Brown, you are going the wrong way. Ouch. We did not need to have that. 2nd and 15. 10 on a short. Hurts is going to have to run it himself. And he will have 4 yards, and that's it. Okay. He gets up to the 17. They are not going to stop the clock, surprisingly. Okay. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. 8 on a flat. To the receiver, to A.J. Brown. And he gets 12, and I believe he has the first down. He does. Down at the 5. He does stop the clock, though, so there is that. I also would, good thing he does, too, because I would have actually would have had Detroit take a timeout. Instead, they get to save it now. All right. 1st and goal to go from the 5. Eagles need 5 yards. I got 4 plays to get it. 8 on a flat. All right, attempt number 1. This is going to Goddard. And he gets it! Touchdown! Dallas Goedert! 5-yard completion. As Hurts connects with him. All right, they did it. Okay, Jake Elliott, don't roll a 12. And that is not a 12, and the extra point is good. Yeah, I don't need to go for 2. I understand that overtime exists, and both teams can possess the ball. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. They did it. The Eagles did it. They get the 60 yards they need to score, and it concludes with a 5-yard TD pass from Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert. And now the only question is, did Detroit leave too much time? We got 52 seconds. Detroit has all their timeouts. So they could have a good chance of untying this game. But they are going to return this one. Okay. 9 yards in the back of the end zone. Number 2 back. Ignore the X. I rolled that on accident. Oh, that's really bad. And they just got a 41-yard kickoff return. Oh, dear. Detroit will have 45 seconds and all their timeouts to do something with this. Oh boy, that is more than enough time. Basically, as long as they can get into Michael Badgley field goal range, it really doesn't matter what happens. For him, we got to get to, at bare minimum, the 37, but I'm looking at his card, and getting to the 32 would be preferable. So we basically need 36 yards. Okay, that is more than doable. All right, 1st and 10. 45 seconds and all their timeouts remaining. Detroit has. You know what? They're going to start off with a short pass then. All right. 8 on a short. Oh, and Goff gets sacked. Well, that wasn't supposed to... Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Yikes. Detroit takes their first time out. Oof. Fletcher Cox gets that one. Oof, that hurt. All right, 2nd and 21. 4 on a short. Goff is going to run it himself. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Nope, that goes for no gain. They opt to not stop the clock, surprisingly. And it's actually the Eagles that take a timeout. That's their first. Huh, they must think they're getting the ball back. And there's a very good chance because it's 3rd and 21. Okay. 3rd and 21. 4 on a short. Goff's going to run it again. And get no gain again. And, yeah, they're just going to casually punt it away, not even bother using a timeout. They're going to force overtime. So, unless this goes for a touchdown, this really should end the game. Regulation, that is. It's a 52-yard punt. Can we return it for a touchdown or no? Is that even possible? No. So I'm not going to bother with what happened. Well, I should. All right, 52-yard punt. Let's just double check to make sure there's no penalties here, but I already know how this is going to end. Returned for a gain of... Yeah, I also need to check to make sure Covey doesn't fumble it. He just calls for a fair catch, and that does, in fact, end the regulation. All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Detroit can't do anything with that possession, and we are going to overtime. Doesn't that figure, of course. All right, we're tied at 38 then, and that's how we're leaving it for right now. All right, folks. Did not expect this NFC title game to go into overtime, but here we are. All right, here's the deal. Everybody gets 2 timeouts. Both teams will be possessing the ball. They have 10 minutes to resolve this tie, and if not, then I'm invoking what I like to call the Donovan McNabb rule in honor of the quarterback who thinks that we should keep going even if the game overtime time is expired. Look it up. You'll see what I mean. Hopefully we don't have to get that far, but we'll see what happens. So, Eagles, you're the visitors. Call this odds. And they will start, and they're going to say let the Lions start with it. Because they want to know what they have to score here in order to get this. So, Eagles win the toss. They'll go second since both teams have to possess the ball. So, they want to see what they need here. So, Lions get it first. Okay. 8 yards in the back of the end zone. A potential penalty is lingering. And this is going to go for a gain of, at least for right now, 38. And that's where it's going to stand. So the Lions will get it at the 30. Okay. Okay, now it should be noted that if the Lions score, Eagles need to match it or beat it. If we get a defensive score, the game automatically ends, just like that. So, just so we're all clear. Defensive score automatically ends the game. Any score by the Lions, and the Eagles would at bare minimum have to match it. So, all right, we have 9:45 to resolve this and go. 1st and 10. It's first down, by the way. And everybody gets 2 timeouts, too. 4 on a line buck, and we're starting off with a 9-yard gain for Jamal Williams. All right. 2nd and 1. This does not get seen. 8 on a flat to the receiver to Brock Wright guessed wrong. And Brock Wright will have 16 yards? Oh my goodness. Okay, first down. Nice job. So Brock Wright gets 16 off of that. Josh Reynolds, come on in. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Same with DeAndre Swift, too. 1st and 10, but the Eagles see this pass coming. 10 on a flat. But they still let DeAndre Swift get 26 yards. Oof! Oh, no. Oh, man. All right. DeAndre Swift with a big 26-yard gain. Wow. Not bad. 1st and 10. The Lions have entered the red zone. 3 and a line, Buck. Because it wasn't seen, short gain it is. And 15 yards. DeAndre Swift is down to the 4. Wow. Just like that. Jeez. All right, we've already got a 1st and goal to go. From the 4. That did not take long at all. Oh, this is going to be a touchdown, isn't it? Short gain, so it's a touchdown! DeAndre Swift with an easy walk-in 4-yard TD. And the Lions will have the lead. Michael Badgley with the extra point. Oh, no! Misses it! No good! You've got to be kidding me. Oh, that's going to be huge. Y'all don't understand how big that is. Oh, my God. No. No. Oh. All right. So that dropped the good news, bad news. Good news, DeAndre Swift gets a 4-yard TD. But the missed extra point means that if the Eagles do match the Lions with a touchdown, they could win it by kicking the extra point now. Oh, that's not good for Detroit at all. They lead 44-38 here. So that's the good news here. So Eagles need a touchdown to keep this game going, but they could win it if they get that too. Oh boy. That was very unfortunate. All right, Eagles. You need 25 yards to win this game, basically. Unless Jake Elliott rolls a 12-2 when he goes for his extra point. That's literally the only thing. All right. I'm bringing in Miles Sanders. I'm bringing in Pascal, too. And it's a 1st and 10, and this is going to get missed. All right, 1st and 10. 6 on an off tackle. Oh, just a yard for Miles Sanders. His 3rd is off. Oof. All right. 2nd and 9. Oh, yeah, they were looking for the pass on that one. 2nd and 9. Now they're looking for the pass again. 6 on a flat, and that's going for 7 to Dallas Goedert. It's a 7-yard gain for Dallas Goedert. 3rd and 2. I'm just checking something here. Okay, 3rd and 2. Lions don't even remotely see this coming. 9 on a line buck as it's a designed run for Hurts, and it gets 6. 1st down. Hurts gets 6 on the designed quarterback keeper. That wasn't supposed to happen. All right, 1st and 10. Now the Lions are playing to run, so they'll miss this. And it's a short gain, but there's a potential penalty looming. So will Miles Sanders have this 13-yard catch? He will, because the Lions were offside. So we'll decline the penalty, and it's 1st and 10. Okay. Miles Sanders for 13 in the 1st. All right, 1st and 10. Lions. All right, we got 48 yards to go, Eagles. 5 on a flat, and that's only going for 3 to A.J. Brown. Second and 7. This off-tackle run will get missed. 9 on an off tackle, and it goes for 6. Miles Sanders is a yard short, but an impressive run nonetheless. Okay, 3rd and 1. We've got options for days here, and I think I'm going to do it this. And the Eagles think Lions will be... Oh boy, Lions are in a tough spot, because when they did this last, Hurts had a designed QB keeper. I don't think they'll do it twice. Oh, and they guessed correctly. Okay, 3rd and 1. They were going to play. They decided to play the pass. So let's see. Oh, and Hurts takes a sack. It's a 10-yard loss. And that is Kaminsky again, if my memory serves me correctly. All right, that is John Kaminsky with his 3rd sack of the game. And this is it, folks. 4th and 11. We have no choice but to go for it. 4th and 11 for the game. 5 on a short to the receiver, to A.J. Brown. No! He drops it! Incomplete! And that's the game! Oh, art imitates real life after all. They were looking for A.J. Brown. It's incomplete, and the Lions win. Oh. Who else but A.J. Brown screwing up the last play? He can go argue about that on the sideline all he wants, but man, oh man, his brick hands couldn't have come at a worse moment. Detroit wins in a barn burner. That could have gone either way, especially after that missed extra point. But they hang on as their defense steps up at the best possible moment. A sack and an incompletion ends Philly season. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the battle of one seeds in the Super Bowl as the Lions win 44-38. Oh, man, that sucked. Irony. All right, so here's the final stats here. Jalen Hurts went off 37 of 50, 392, 3 TDs and a pick. Not enough. Sanders, 16 carries, 117 and 2 touchdowns. Great game from him. Dallas Goedert caught a TD, goes 10 for 111. Jack Stoll caught a second TD. And A.J. Brown went 13, 143 and a touchdown. But that drop on 4th and 11 ended up costing them the game. Oof. Oof. Like I said, life imitated real art. You know what I mean. And, of course, the defense got 2 forced fumbles and 3 sacks, but no turnovers. For Detroit, Jared Goff goes 31 of 47, 282, 3 TDs, no picks. Very nice. Both Williams and Swift ran in for TDs. Swift getting the game-winning touchdown. Monroe St. Brown, 12, 109, and 3. Very nice game. 5 sacks from the Lions defense with John Kaminsky getting 3 of them. We had that awesome 96-yard TD return, punt return for a TD. That really made the difference. And this could have cost Detroit the game had they not stopped the Eagles there, as Michael Badgley missed an extra point. Fortunately, it did not come back to bite them in the you-know-what, but it could have easily. So, thank goodness that did not really, hurt them, but it very well could have. But the Lions survive in overtime. 44-38 is the final score on this one. All right, folks. And there you go. The NFC title game is done. We have our Super Bowl set up. These guys clearly broke the first rule, so we'll be sending them to Cancun as a result. Shame. Shame. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Super Bowl is set. Kansas City, Detroit. Next week. I cannot wait for this one. This is going to be a good one, if this is any indication. So, I guess the only question now is, who's going to be our champion? Will it be the Lions over here? Or will it be the Chiefs, who actually won it in 2022, 2023 for real? I think they did. Yeah, they did. Okay. We will find that answer out next week when we roll out the whole Super Bowl in its entirety. So, buckle up. That's going to be one hell of a game. So, that is going to do it for me. Thank y'all so much for watching. You know what buttons to hit. And remember the first rule, because the Eagles sure as heck didn't. But this rule is going to be the most important rule we have. Don't get eliminated. Unfortunately, we have to do that one more time, but you know who's counting. So, Super Bowl next week. I'll see you there. Peace out, y'all.